we're going to switch gears though and focus a little bit more on the foreign currency market, on the Forex market, and we'll even talk a little bit about some cryptocurrency because of the obvious opportunity that's out there right now. So make sure you guys are ready to go, all right? Now, normally I take about an hour and 30 minutes in this presentation, so I'm going to be going as quickly as I can because I've got a little under an hour with you now. So understand, when it comes to investing, please, please never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You must always trade with what is called equity management in mind, okay? We will talk about that today through proper equity management, how we maximize our gains and minimize our losses. Now, this presentation, my presentation, is really geared for one thing, and that is to help you determine if you see currency trading or Forex trading as something that you want to do. Now, I'm not here in this particular webinar to teach you how to be a trader. That's why you will become a student today. My job in this presentation is to show you how we've helped people just like you all over the world for the last 24 years make money consistently in the currency market, and that you can do it too, okay? Maybe you're looking to become a full-time trader, maybe a secondary income stream, maybe a third income stream. Great. We can help you in any one of those particular areas, okay? Now, I understand I've had a great opportunity throughout my life to work with some very successful people throughout my 25 years of my career. And one thing that I've learned is successful people tend to do things and really look at things a little bit differently. First and foremost, successful people tend to measure things in return on investment. They don't get caught up in what things cost. It's what's my return on that cost and that investment. The second thing is that successful people tend to do things that unsuccessful people cannot and are unwilling to do. And you know what? For that reason, I applaud all of you being in this presentation. Certainly you have other opportunities of things that you could be doing right now with your time, but you're here with me exploring a new opportunity. And I promise I do not take your time for granted. So let's officially get this kicked off. As we said, and as you know, this is a live presentation. Today's date is March 8th. 2018. It is 11:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Again, this is a live presentation. Make sure you got a pen, you got a piece of paper. You're prepared to take great notes. This will go by very, very quickly, and we have a ton of information to cover. So I won't spend a lot of time talking about myself, as Renee went into my background, my experience, other than the fact that I've been involved with the financial services industry for over 25 years. I've traded every asset class that there is that's out there. I've lectured to well over 35,000 people across the United States and Canada in live presentations on how to take control of their financial lives. This is my passion. I wake up every day, I'm blessed that I get to do what I love. I get to teach people how to trade, and I get to trade with some of the best traders in the world. So I'm very, very blessed. And as Fausto said, we trade for one thing, and that's to create opportunities for our families, for securities, for better lifestyles. And that's what we've been doing for the past 24 years here at Market Traders Institute through our proven process, as I will show you today. So that's just a little bit about me. What I need to know from all of you, because I know that some of you trade equities, you trade options, you trade stocks, you might trade futures contracts. What is your level of experience as it relates to the currency market, okay? What is your level of understanding on the Forex market? If you were to rank your personal knowledge on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you are brand new to the Forex market, okay? 10 being you are a Forex currency expert making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, please go into that chat box for me right now and rank your personal experience so I know who I'm talking to, so I can tailor this presentation really to the audience that we have in here. Okay, good. I've got Jerry's a 2, Rex is a 1, Levin's a 2. Cool. Ken's experience in options, awesome. Forex a 1. Futures, Dane, never traded Forex, Wayne. Julie's a 1, Anderson's a 1, Jason's a 3, Frederica's a 4, Ernest is a 5. Jason's a 1, Scott's a 1. Dennis trades options, he's a 1 in this market. Okay, Brent's a 3. Here's the deal, gang. Got a lot of 1s and 2s and 3s. A few of you 4s and 5s. I know a lot of you are equities traders, stocks and options. I spent a lot of years trading stocks and options and teaching people globally how to trade stocks and options. I focus now primarily on the currency market because it offers a lot of advantages to other markets that are out there. We're going to talk about that today. The big thing that you need to understand about the currency market, though, is it's what is called a zero-sum game. It's a zero-sum game. Now, what does that mean? Okay, that means in every single currency trade, the winners take the losers' money. Now, let me say that again. In every single currency trade, the winners get paid by the losers. So if you're a trader in this market and you find yourself losing more often than you would like, what you're doing is you're paying people who have better knowledge, better information, better tools and technology, but most importantly, the better peoples, the mentors and coaches to work with, okay? So what you've got to understand is what we've done as an organization is we've created this huge support group, this massive technology system where we've been teaching people all around the world for 24 years. Last month, we celebrated our 24th year in business. And let me tell you this. If you're a business owner, and I know I have some business owners in here because we definitely get a lot of entrepreneurs who come our direction. If you're a business owner, you know that you do not survive in business for 24 years without doing something right? Without having a rock solid foundation and by delivering results. Now, we're not a broker. People often get confused and think that we are a broker. Okay, you can use any broker you want in the world to clear your currency trades. Again, what we've been doing for the past 24 years is providing a premier education portal, which I will show you today, developing our own technology, a lot of very unique tools and indicators that we actually have patent pending technology, proprietary tools, which I'm going to get to demonstrate some of it to you today. So those of you that are trading and already trading are going to love a lot of our technical tools. And then the most important thing I think, and again, I've been at this for 25 years, is we built the best support, the best team, mentorship and coaching, okay? In your notes, the very first thing that I want you to write down is a couple simple words, okay? I want you to write down mentorship and coaching. Mentorship and coaching. I mean, think about it right now. If you wanted to learn more about currency trading or Forex trading or cryptocurrency trading, you could jump on the internet and find a ton of information, websites, videos, all over out there. The problem is who do you trust? Number one, okay, and where do you start? And that's the frustrating thing for a lot of people, okay, is where do they start and who do they trust? Because it's all about mentorship and coaching. Now, we have grown tremendously over the past 6 to 8 years because of a philosophy that we have that we never leave a client behind. Never leave a client behind, okay? We go so far as our mentorship and coaching that every minute, every second, every hour that the currency market is open, we are live training and mentoring our students. Our students never, ever have to make a trade without having an expert to first talk to them about it. That is the level of commitment that we have when it comes to our coaching and our mentorship. Now, as you look at the picture on your screen, this is actually our corporate office. I'm broadcasting live from this building on the second floor. We're in Orlando, Florida. Many of you will get a chance in the future to come down here and spend some time with us and train with us. Take a nice long week, come down here, bring your family, make a vacation out of it. We have people from all over the world that fly in here with us. Now, we've gone through a lot of growth. For those of you who've never heard of us, over the last 6 to 8 years, as I mentioned. In fact, with our growth, we're certainly getting recognized. We were ranked by Inc. magazine as high as the 592nd fastest growing company in the U.S. So very, very fast growth in our organization. And we're led by this man right here. This is Jared Martinez. Okay, a lot of you know him in the industry as the FX chief. He's a best-selling author, teacher, mentor. He's been trading the Forex market exclusively for the last 30 years. The last 30 years. In fact, for those of you that are currently trading, just to give you a level of his experience and his results, in third-party verified accounts, over the last 3 years, he has averaged more than 2,000 pips a week. Now, you may be new and not know what a pip is yet. You will in a few minutes. But 2,000 pips average a week on a standard lot is $20,000 profit a week, $80,000 a month. That's for 3 straight years. In fact, this year already, he's generated more than 25,000 pips. This is the level of mentoring and coaching our students get to work with on a daily basis. Now, what we do is as we are live with our students, we trade live, we teach live, we enter trades live right in front of our students so they can follow right along with us. In fact, one of our live sessions recently in 90 minutes time, we generated 343 pips. In 90 minutes in a standard lot, that is a $3,430 return. Imagine sitting down at your computer and making nearly $3,500 in 90 minutes. This is an example of what we do in our live sessions. Now, what's cool is we do our live sessions on a daily basis. In fact, we are right now in an awesome movement in the marketplace. I'm not sure how you found your way into this presentation, how we marketed you, how Investor Inspiration got you here, but be thankful because we've got a really cool prediction taking place right now. We are anticipating a movement of over 3,300 pips. On a standard lot, that's $33,000. Now, we've already had about 400 pips of this movement take place, and I'm going to show you exactly in the charts this opportunity that's taking place. Now, we will be discussing this opportunity live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called our dollar rally. Our first next movement on this is actually going to be closer to 5,300 pips of opportunity when it rolls out. The first 3,300 we will be discussing tonight. Now, what makes this so unique in this live session tonight, which will be hosted by Joshua Martinez, is we typically set our live trading sessions aside for our more experienced students. However, because we have this special webinar going on today, we are in an Investor Inspiration, which we have a wonderful relationship with. I was granted the green light in talking to Josh and Jared and Jacob and Sean this morning that I can invite 15 of you from this presentation to be live trading with us 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. So if you're interested in seeing if you can qualify to be one of my 15 live with me later today, all I need you to do at this point in time, it's very simple. Just type your telephone number in the chat box and type in dollar rally. Your telephone number and dollar rally. We will be giving entry points. We will be giving exit points. We will be giving out the workspaces when we are through. It's going to be an awesome session. It's going to give you a great opportunity to see how we work with our students live in a trading session. Yes, that is New York City time, Janice. We will be live during that session. So if you want to be one of my folks, Putnam, I've got your number. Patel, I've got your number. Jason. And just so you know, since 2014 in our live predictions, we have predicted over 20,000 pips of opportunity. This is why we are the fastest growing currency firm in the world. Our students get results. And all you have to do is look at our websites, on our Facebook pages, and you can see for yourself the results that our students are getting. So my promise to all of you, and I know I'm going quickly because I got a limited amount of time, my promise to all of you is by the time we conclude this presentation, if you don't already, you will for sure understand the potential, the power in the Forex market. On top of that, you're going to see how you can have immediate return on your investment, okay? Immediate return on investment. Now, having said that, this is not get rich quick, okay? There is no such thing in the world as get rich quick. If we can all agree with that, you know, type an amen in the chat box. We are a 24-year-old company. We have 200 employees. We teach a skill. Learning to trade confidently, successfully, profitably in this market is a skill that you will learn to apply through the help of your coaches, your mentors, your technology. You're going to love it. So stay with me through the duration of this presentation, because by the time I wrap up, I will give every one of you an opportunity to come on board today risk-free as a student of ours through the months of March and June. Or excuse me, May and June. May and June, okay, for the next 60 days. I will give you an opportunity to be live with us, trade with us, taught by us, mentored by us for the next 60 days risk-free. So let's do this. Let's pick up the pace here a little bit. Now, I know some of you are more experienced than others, and then I know a lot of you are brand new. So my more experienced people, give me a couple minutes of grace, please, so I can get the newbies up to speed with some basics, especially if you're new to the currency world. Now, as I mentioned, I spent a lot of years in the options world and the equities world. Now I focus primarily on Forex and cryptocurrencies. And the reason why I love the Forex market is it has a bunch of very significant advantages. Number one is the liquidity in the market. And just to confirm, some of you guys, I've got you, John, with your, or excuse me, Jerry with your number, Brent, Charles, Stral, yes, Dolly, 8, I've got your, awesome, gang. And again, if you're interested in being in that live session, just type in your telephone number and $Rally. All right, liquidity simply means that you can enter and exit the market anytime that you want. There's always buyers, always sellers. You're never stuck holding onto a trade. Okay, always can get in and out. Flexibility in this market is a massive, massive advantage. It's a 24-hour-a-day market, okay? This market in the United States of America opens up Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m. It's open all night, all morning, all day, every day till Friday, 5 p.m., 24 hours a day. Now, for me, that's a massive advantage. I've got a very busy home life. I've got 3 kids, all super active. I've got a 13-year-old son, a 10-year-old son, and a 6-year-old daughter. Sports, music, school, you name it, they're in it. My wife and I are going everywhere all the time. I like the fact that I can trade at 11 o'clock at night. I can trade at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can trade at 6 o'clock in the morning, or I can trade during the normal business hours. I can trade around my schedule. Big advantage. Size of this market. A lot of people don't realize it's the largest market in the world. There's over $5.3 trillion traded on every single day, back and forth. And then focus. Big advantage. In the equities world, there's potentially thousands of companies to invest in. In the currency world, there are only 60 currency pairs worldwide to even invest in. At Market Traders Institute, we whittle that down to about 20 or 21 pairs. And if you're one of my folks with Josh tonight, you're going to see Josh is going to cover 3 or 4 pairs. All that opportunity in 3 or 4 pairs. So it keeps you very, very focused. So let's do this, because again, we're working on a clock here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my charts. Can everybody please acknowledge by jumping into the chat box and letting me know that you can see that I've switched over from my PowerPoint and I brought up some charts. If you can see that, type in yes or the letter Y in the chat box. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, now pay close attention to this, because what you're looking at is very unique. These are not just charts we've grabbed down from the internet from some free site. This is our own proprietary trading platform. We have developed this by traders for traders. We've created our own patent pending technology. We've got our own smart tools. We've got our own proprietary tools. Okay, a lot of very unique features on this software. On top of that, this software works on every currency pair and every time frame, and it works on over 30 cryptocurrency pairs as well. Now, one of the real unique features of this is it's all cloud-based. Now, what is the benefit of it being cloud-based? Well, the benefit of it being cloud-based means that I can access my charts and my indicators 24 hours a day on my telephone, on my smartphone, on my tablet, on my smart television. So I'm never left out somewhere without access to my charts and my indicators. And it also gives us some advantages that I will show you how we share our charts back and forth, okay? Now, for those of you that are brand new to this, again, if you're more advanced, give me a couple minutes here to get everybody up to speed. what you're looking at here is just a normal chart where along the bottom, we got a measurement of time. Along the side up towards the top on the right-hand side, it's price. So we got time and price, what we're looking at right here. If you're trading currencies, all you're doing is trading one currency versus another. And like any other market that's out there, you're looking to buy when the market is moving up, right? Okay. And you're also looking to sell when the market is moving down, okay? And Jerry, I know you're kidding, but we do have to explain that, my friend. You have a very specific job as a Forex trader. Your very specific job is to capture what are called pips. Capture pips. Now, a pip is an acronym for price, interest, point. Price, interest, point. Now, I'm not going to get into a big description, definition of what a pip is right now because it's really not necessary for our presentation. All I want you to understand is that pips are good. Pips are your friend. I'm going to show you how pips translate into profits in a few minutes here, okay? Your job is to capture as many pips as you can when the market is moving up and capture as many pips as you can when the market is pushing down. All right. Now, if you look at the middle of the screen right here, you're going to see in the middle of the screen a watermark. If I move this out of the way where it says GBP NZD 1 hour. Can everybody see that? So what we're looking at is the Great British Pound New Zealand dollar 1 hour chart. Now, these little indicators on the screen right here, for those of you that are new, these little rectangles that are kind of flipped up on end, these are what are called Japanese candlesticks, okay? Japanese candlesticks. Now, a Japanese candlestick is a visual representation of how much the market has moved within a particular period of time. Because we are on a 1 hour chart, these are all 1 hour candlesticks. So, for example, if I click on one, if I click on this candlestick right here, you can see this is from yesterday. This was a candlestick that opened up at 5 o'clock yesterday and had an opening price, a high, a low, and a close. Now, what does that mean? That means that this particular candle, it opened up, it moved down, had a low. Now, that line off the bottom or line off the top is what is called a wick. It then moved up and had a high for the hour. Then it settled in and closed that candle up because it's white. Well, then it opened up a brand new 1 hour candle, of which this particular hour, it moved down, had a low, bumped up, had a high, and then it closed overall down for that hour because it's dark, okay? Candlesticks. Now, candlesticks are very important to us as traders because they're almost like the sign language of the market. They give us signals of when the market is changing a trend or changing direction, and you'll learn more about that when you become a student. Now, very quickly, before we start getting into our tools and how we enter and exit trades, our unique indicators, I need everybody to understand the concept of a simple buy and sell in the Forex market and how pips turn into profits. So before we start getting into any actual real evaluation analysis, let's just say we decided to buy based on our software, based on help from our coaches, our mentors, our education. We decided to enter a trade right here, okay? And we decided to sell out of a trade right up here. So based on our information, our analysis, we decided to buy here and sell right up here. The difference between buying down here in this line and selling up here in this line is the difference between this number on the right and this number above it on the right. And that would be the amount of pips that we would profit. Now, I can measure that very simply by grabbing my ruler and measuring right on up, okay? So everybody look up here in the top left-hand corner. Can you see where my cursor is pointing up here? What this is telling us is we would have entered this trade on the 3rd, okay? So last week. We would have entered this trade on the 3rd, okay? We would have sold a day later, okay? We would have sold a day later on the 4th, okay? Now, it's 24-hour day market, so really, we were in this trade not for very long, but we did make 61 pips. We would have been in this trade for 5 bars. Now, bars equal candlesticks. Because our candlesticks all represent 1 hour, 5 bars equal 5 what? 5 what? 5 hours. So if everybody understands this, type in a yes or Y in the chat box, that we would have bought on the 3rd, we would have held it for 5 hours, sold on the 4th, we would have been in again for 5 hours and made 61 pips. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, good. Perfect. So now we can talk about how pips turn into profits. Now understand, when you trade in the currency world, you have different options of how you can trade. We trade in what are called lot sizes, LOT, lot sizes. There's 3 different lot sizes. You can trade with what is called a micro lot, a mini lot, or a standard lot. Write that down. Micro, mini, standard. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at a $20 US investment per trade. Now think about that. That's not a lot of money. You don't need a lot of money to be a currency trader. That's one of the beautiful things about this, okay? $20 and you can get started. Now, most of my students trade a minimum of a mini lot. That's a $200 investment per trade. And a standard lot is a $2,000 investment per trade. Each one of these have a different profit value to them. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at a 10-cent per pip profit. Okay, now follow me on this. Think about our example over here on our chart. So we would have got into this trade on the 3rd, okay? We sell 5 hours later. So again, we're not a broker. You pick any broker that you want. You invest your $20 in your micro lot with your broker. Your broker holds on to your $20. 5 hours later, you sell, you get your $20 back. You made 61 pips. Well, if you made 10 cents per pip, that means on your $20 investment, you just made $6.10. Not a lot of money, but that's a really good return on investment in 5 hours time, right? I mean, you made $6 on a $20 investment in 5 hours. Well, let's say you make that same trade, but you decide to do a mini lot investment. And this is one of the cool things, is you don't have to do anything different. I don't have to do any more analysis, evaluation, anything, spend any more time, energy, or effort. All I do is I bump up my investment. I invest in a mini lot, $200. Broker holds on to the $200. 5 hours later, I sell out of that trade, okay? Sell out of that trade. My broker gives me my $200 back. I made 61 pips. Well, now for every trade, I made $1 per pip. So I just turned $200 into $261 in 5 hours. Pretty good, right? I mean, how many of you like to have a skill set to turn $200 into $260 in 5 hours, and then have the ability to do that 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, right? That's when you start having opportunities to really change your financial picture. Well, this is where it starts to get even more exciting if you've never traded. Let's say you make that exact same trade, except you've been trading mini lots and you've been making money. Now you're ready to reinvest some of your earnings, your winnings. So you step up and you do a mini lot. Same trade, same amount of time, same everything, other than you invested more money. You invest $2,000. 5 hours later, you get your $2,000 back. 61 pips you made. Now, because you did a standard lot, for every pip you made $10. You made $610 in 5 hours on a $2,000 investment. Now, for those of you that are new to the currency market, are you now starting to understand why this is the fastest growing market in the world? First of all, you can start small and grow your account, but there's no other market in the world that gives you the leverage or the buying power. I am going to introduce you to students today that have averaged 5,000 pips a week. Think about that. 5,000 pips a week can be life-changing for a lot of people. So we're going to jump back into the market here. We're going to keep cruising along here. We're going to show you exactly how our tools and our indicators work within this system. Now, the beautiful thing about the currency market, which I love, and it's very different from a lot of the other markets, it's such a visual market. The currency market loves to repeat itself over and over and over again. And what we're looking to do as smart, successful traders is take advantage of this market as it moves in these wave-like patterns over and over and over again, okay? And what we want to do is take advantage of these markets when the market moves up, right? Moves up, comes down, reverses. We want to buy into the market and make money when it's moving up. Well, obviously, we also want to make money when the market pushes up, reverses, and sell into the market and make money when it moves down. Now, every smart, successful trader must know 3 things to make money. You got to know 3 things in every trade, and I know I'm moving quickly. Number 1, you got to know market direction. Oops, let me start that again. You got to know market direction. Got to know number 2. Number 2, we got to know when to get in, entry points, and number 3, when to get out, exit points. Now, when you come on board today as a student, you're going to have coaches and mentors to help you determine these 3 things. You're going to use technology. You're going to use your education. But I will tell you, one of the things that you will become excellent at understanding, and that what we are probably considered to be the best in the world at teaching, is a concept called Fibonacci's, okay? Fibonacci's. Now, if you don't know what a Fibonacci is, don't worry about it. We're not going to get into a big, long definition right now, but just to give you a basic understanding, this guy right here, Leonardo Fibonacci, was a 13th century mathematician. And what he discovered is the world of nature tends to have this rhythmic cycle built right into it. He found, based on mathematics and a sequence of numbers, that animals would reproduce in a series, a sequence, over and over again. That plants would grow in a series, in a sequence that repeated over and over again. It's really fascinating when you start looking into it. He found that if you looked at the scales on a fish, the thumbprint on your thumb, it's not random. It's a pattern. It's a sequence of numbers that repeats itself over and over and over again. It's called the golden ratio. And if you're interested in it, do some research when we're done, because it's really, really fascinating. Well, let me tell you something. The markets love to move in patterns. Specifically, the currency market moves in patterns and waves over and over and over again. So we apply Fibonacci analysis through retracements and extension. We use math, because math doesn't lie, to help us determine where the market's going to move in the future based on where it's been in the past. Does that make sense to everybody? If so, type in yes in the chat box. Fibonacci analysis. Now let me show you how this works before we get into actually applying this towards a live market, okay? The market loves to move in, again, in this wave. We've been talking about it. It makes what are called higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and then it reverses. It makes what's called a lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high, and it does this over and over and over again. So we're going to do some basic Fibonacci analysis. This is what is called my A boundary. This is my B boundary. This is my C extension, or my C entry, sorry. And this is my D extension right here. So can everybody see A, B, C, D? Type in yes if you can see that in the chat box for me, okay? A, B, C, D. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my tool. Now at first we're going to do this manually. But in a few minutes here, I'm going to blow you away with our technology that's all automated, smart tools, really incredible. But I need you to see this manually first. We're going to draw from point A to point B just like that and draw Fibonacci, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out 3 buy zones, okay? I'm going to draw out 3 zones. Here's my first one right here. I'm going to go ahead and shade this one and make this kind of a off shade of red. My next zone right here, I'm going to shade this one in a blue color. Okay, so I'm going to make this one kind of a blue. And then my next one right here, we're going to go ahead and shade this one and make it green. So I need everybody to acknowledge, this is really important. I need all of you, we got what, like 150 of you in here, that everybody can see the 3 colors, red, blue, and green. If you can see that, just type in a yes or a Y so I know that you're with me. And again, we're going to apply this to live market in a second here. You're going to see that to the run that we're on right now, we got about 5,300 pips we're forecasting. That's going to be $50,000 opportunity for a lot of our students. Okay, good. All right, so what we're looking to do in this scenario is make money when the market moves up, pulls back, reverses. We're looking to buy into here, okay, and make money and let the Fibonacci's tell us when to get out as this moves up. Now, we use different indicators and information and technology to help us determine reversals down here, entry points. I don't want you to get caught up in that right now. We'll talk more about that down the road. What I want you to do is understand the Fibonacci concept now. Let's just say that we got a reversal. We decided it was a great time to buy down here in this green zone. So we make a buy. Again, we're not a broker. We invest, let's say, in a mini lot. Our broker's holding on to our $200. Well, if I buy down here in the green zone, I'm going to hold as this is moving up. Now, if you can imagine this green line coming all the way across right here, this is what is called a Fibonacci extension. If you can picture this coming all the way across here, if I bought down here, I'm going to hold on to my trade all the way up until, boom, it hits this green line, okay? I'm going to do that. I'm going to sell right here at the 1180 because what is happening? The software is doing the mathematics based on the Fibonacci analysis. It's telling me, Aaron, if you continue to hold on to this trade past the 1180, based on where this has been historically, when you get up into this area, the numbers start to move against you and the likelihood of this trade starting to go the other direction increases. So very simple concept. If I buy in the green, I sell at the green extension. All right, pretty simple. Well, let's say we buy in the blue zone. Exact same concept, it's just working the numbers a little differently. If I buy in the blue, I'm going to sell when I hit my blue extension. And we can automate all of this, as I will show you. And if I buy in the red, I'm sure you can figure this out. Much bigger buying zone right here. If I buy in the red, I'm going to hold on to this trade all the way up until I hit my 1618, and I'm out of this trade at my red extension. So if everybody understands, Fibonacci's, A, B, C, D's, basic concept, we buy and sell green to green, blue to blue, red to red, type in yes or Y so we can start to apply this to some candlesticks. Everybody get that? Cool. All right, again, I know I'm moving quick, but we got a lot more information to cover because you're going to really see how we automate this and how through a couple clicks of the mouse, boom, you're off and trading. Okay, so let's do this on some candlesticks. Here is my A, my low right here. My B is right here, my high. So I got my A and my B, okay? Now, I don't know where my C entry point is yet. I need to do a little bit of analysis. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my Fibonacci tool and draw from A to B just like that, okay? I'm going to draw from A to B. Now, what I'm looking for is an opportunity to entry into this position. Now, can you see, and you don't have to be an expert trader, but can you see which direction is this starting to trend? Up or down? Type it in the chat box for me. Is that trend, that is a simple trend line, trending up or trending down? Which way? Yeah, down. Everybody's telling me down. So what we're looking for a good entry point is a breakout of this trend. Okay, we're looking for a breakout of this trend. Do we get it on the next candle? No. Do we get it on the next candle? Yes. There's our breakout. So here would be a good little entry point for us. Now here's the thing. Without me having to color all of this, due of time, what color zone are we buying in right there? Type it in the chat box or type in the letter. Red, blue, or green? Yeah, red. So if we buy here in the red, we're going to trade and go until we hit the red extension right here, okay? So our red is right here. So if I buy here, I'm going to trade to right here. Now I can figure out what my target is. I know if I buy here and I hit my target, I'm going to make about 75 pips, okay? So I've got a 75 pip target. 75 pip target. Okay, so I got a 75 pip target. Now, the next thing I need to do is protect my downside. As I mentioned to all of you, obviously we're traders. We're going to take losses. That's part of being a trader. You're going to learn proper equity management to minimize our losses and maximize our gains. And one of those processes and simple information, pieces, and strategies you will learn is just a basic stop loss order. A stop loss order just simply says, okay, I want to wake up in the morning, set my trade up, know that I can go to work or go play golf or go to my son's soccer game, okay, whatever I like to do, and know that if my trade goes against me, I may take a loss, but it's going to be a small loss, okay? So what I'm going to do is set up a stop loss order, and it's going to differ a little bit depending on my trading style. If I am aggressive, I'll be a little bit before my entry. If I'm conservative, a little bit below my A. In this example, that would be about 25 pips. So we would call that about 25 pips risk. So in other words, what we've done is we've set up a 3-to-1 risk ratio. Does everybody understand? We're willing to risk 25 pips to make 75 pips. Does that make sense to everybody? 3-to-1 risk ratio. Okay? So we enter our trade. Now let's see what happens. It starts to, it's either going to go up and hit our target, or it's going to fall or hit our stop loss, or it's just going to wander in there for a while. So boom, breaks through right there. Breaks through right there. That would have been a total of 7 hours. Okay, so 7 hours, we would have made $750. How many of you would like to have a skill set to set up a trade in the morning, go to work after working an 8-hour session, and come home and have made $750 in your trading account? But here's the thing, it's not about the $750 you made in that day. It's about the ability and the skill set to be able to replicate that. Let's just say you can replicate that 200 days out of the year. Do you realize if you can replicate that trade 200 days out of the year, that's $750 you made in 7 hours just turned into $150,000 trading for a part-time. That is the power of learning to do this over and over and over again. And here's the beautiful thing. That's 200 days. Here's the beautiful thing. When you learn the ABCD concept and you understand market direction, now this is very important. Pay attention to this. Market direction. When you know overall market direction, the ABCD pattern will, in many of those movements, repeat itself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in a row before overall market sentiment and direction changes. So you've got multiple opportunities in these runs. Now let me show you what I mean by that. So we're done with this particular trade. And again, I know I'm moving very quickly for you, but I think you're all hanging with me. We're done with this trade, okay? Now this is what's really cool about this. Check this out. My old C right here is now my brand new A. That's my new low, okay? My B is my high over here. I need to do a little bit of analysis, so I grab my tool, and again, we are going to automate this in a moment. There's my AB right there. Now, can you see where this is starting to repeat itself? What type of a trend do we have happening right now? Which way is this moving? Up or down? Up or down? Right, and here's the thing. Is it look just like this movement right over here? Can you see the pattern that is developing? Yes or no? We're moving this ABCD over again. So now we're looking for an entry point in this particular trade. So let's see if we get some sort of a breakout. Boom, we had a couple multiple, actually if I did a good trend line, my trend line was not accurate. We automate all of our trend lines. So actually I'll show you how you do that. Check this out. This is a smart tool. Come right over here. 1, 2, 3, click, boom, beautiful. Here would be our smart trend line right here. So here was our breakout right here. So this would be our buy opportunity right here. It would have automatically told us that's where it is right there. Now we are in the red zone again. So we're going to happen to trade until the red. Now here's the thing. If my breakout and the software said, okay, your opportunity is down here in the blue, I'm going to trade to the blue. If it's in the green, I'm going to trade to the green. But I'm in the red, so I'm going to trade to the red. Well, this opportunity, if we make our buy right here, We would set up our stop loss order. Let's see what happens. Boom. Does it hit this and fall back down? And for a lot of people that are new to this, you know, when I show an example like this is kind of like an aha moment. I mean, look at how this perfectly hits this Fibonacci and moves down. Is it a mystery? Is it a coincidence? Is it just good luck, or is it something else? It's something else. It's math. It's math, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Math doesn't lie. It's Fibonacci's. Well, this particular trade right here would have just made us, in 11 hours, 128 pips. So now in 11 hours, that's an opportunity for $1,280 profit. Could you picture yourself sitting in front of your computer, giving me 45 minutes to an hour a day, and having the opportunity to earn this kind of income? But here's the beautiful thing. As cool as all of this is, how about we take this even to the next level? And instead of having to do all of this through your hard work, we just take a button, smart Fibonacci, and then the count of three, 1, 2, 3, boom. All of my analysis is done, 100% accurate for me. All my Fibonacci's, everything is done 100% automated for me. Oops, that's not the one I want. Let me get this all straightened out here. Okay, so now you can see we've got this moving over and over and over again. Here's my A-B movement right here, A, B, C right there, A, B, C right here to this position right here. We're in another movement right here that started to take place. Here's our latest A-B. Let me stretch this out so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, here's our latest A-B movement right here. Setting up for us. Can you see all we're waiting for right now is this breakout to happen for us right here. We've started to get this bit of a breakout. We've got a trend line coming right down through here. We're in our red zone. We're going to wait one more candle, and we're going to enter this trade. And if it hits our target right here, how many pips is that right there? How many pips is that? Type it in the chat box. If you execute this trade and it hits your target on a standard lot, how much money did you make? All it's got to do is repeat itself. That has done it so far. 1, 2, 3. This would be the 4th time in a row. There's an opportunity for 438 pips. 438 pips. If you just look at this right here, check this out. This one movement alone, right here, this one movement alone, here's my very first trade on my AB movement right there. There's my AB, first trade in 8 days, 173 pips. Here's my second trade on my AB movement right here, $1,200 profit in 4 days. Here's my third trade. So in 3 days now, 3 trades over about 30 days, I'm up 232 pips. Well, I've got another trade that goes through. This one I made on the downside, made the money, 331 pips. So I made a total of 4 trades in 40 days, and I made $8,560 profit. Imagine doing that, and that's just one currency pair. Imagine if you did that on 2 lot sizes, you would on that earn about $17,000 in 40 days. Now, here's the thing. You've missed this. This is in the past. But what is happening right now? Can everybody see? We are in the midst of this pattern. We're waiting for this to push up and break through. It's done it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row. We're waiting for this to break through right here. And this opportunity, if it just breaks through on the red and it hits our target, we are sitting on nearly 800 pips of opportunity right there. And here's the thing. Tonight, we will be live at 7 p.m. updating these strategies, these techniques for our students, okay? And again, if you'd like to be live in this session tonight and you didn't already put your telephone number in, put your telephone number in, because we will be live giving you entry points, exit points. within this particular opportunity. And I'll tell you what, the students of ours are absolutely doing fantastic. How about this year? Will Smith, last year actually, 60% return. I'd like to find one other organization that does what we do, show you a student in their own writing. Last year, good year overall, finished with 50,000 pips. Goal next year is 100,000 pips. That's $500,000 trading part-time. If you're not earning that money, you need us, gang. How about 14,000 on a trade, 10,000 on a trade? How about averaging for 7 straight weeks, 5,500 pips? Closed out the week with 4,850 pips. Trish, some of our best traders are ladies, 1,208 pips. Elizabeth, 4,250 pips. I can go through this over and over again. In fact, you talk about proof is in the pudding and backing up what you say. Our students in real money trading accounts already this year have generated 1.1 million pips, almost 1.2. That's nearly $12 million our students have generated in real money trading accounts. And it's all based on our 24 years of experience of applying a proven process. It's technology, it's mentorship and coaching, and it's education. So I'm going to quickly go through our package called the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. I'm running out of time here. If you want to be a student of ours, I'm going to give you an opportunity to come on board risk-free in the next 60 days to check us out. Now, it's broke down into 5 phases. The very first phase, I'm going to cover these a little quick here. Your very first phase is your actual training. We spend 2 days. If you'd like to fly down to Orlando, Florida in the future and come to our beautiful office and train with us in person, great. Most of you initially will want to watch this live over the internet. We broadcast it live beautifully through WebEx. If you're working, you can't watch it live. We record it, we archive it. You can rewatch it anytime that you want. We have spent less than an hour together. Wait till you spend about 20 hours with us. You get continued education. We have an incredible education module. You will all be assigned a user ID and password when you come on board today as a student that you can immediately access into this account, okay? Smart Trader. So one of the things I talked about, if you look at this right here, this is what's called a workspace. When we create workspaces, for example, tonight when Josh is done, what he's going to do is he's going to say, okay, let me bring up this is our Smart Trader platform. He's going to say, okay, everybody go to the ideas page. And you go to the ideas page and you click on the workspace that Josh just made for you in front of you. And all I have to do is click on this as a student, and all the work that Josh did, every entry, every exit, it will automate it for me right here. I get it on my computer automatically. It downloads. This is technology at its best. This is why our students are so successful. This level of expertise with our technology, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get a chance to work with Jared Martinez, a 30-year trading Forex veteran. And then every single day, we have live daily webinars that you can access with our experts. You will never be left alone to make a trade. And on top of it all, don't take my word for it. Take the next 60 days. Invest as a student today. Come on board. And if in 60 days, we do not provide you the return on investment that you think that this is worth it, we will give you 100% of your investment back. Let me say that again. If we can't prove to you in the next 60 days how many pips you can make, the opportunity that's there, if we can't earn your business in the next 60 days, we will give you 100% of your investment back. All we ask is give us an honest effort. Now, if you look at this program, through the years we've been breaking it out into a market value, breaking it out a la carte, all of our benefits, our features, our software, our technology, our experts, well over $16,000. Now, good thing is you don't have to pay $16,000. We bundle this together. In fact, you can go online on our website anytime this year, 2018, and come on board for a one-time investment of $7,995. But we've got an incredible opportunity in this investor inspiration today for you to come on board for a one-time investment of $5,995. That's it. And we do have payment plans available as well. And you get a 60-day in writing 100% money back guarantee. Now, what I need you to do for me right now is type your telephone number in the chat box, even if you previously did it, because my first 15 that come on board will be live in this session at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Imagine coming on board today as a student, and in the first 30, 40, 50 days, you make over 5,300 pips with us, because that's what we're lining up. Put your telephone number in the chat box for me right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an education specialist reach out to you, answer all your questions, and get you going, get you registered, get you through your orientation, get your software on your computer so you're live with me and Josh tonight. This is the real deal. We've got a ton of opportunity lining up. Our last trading session that I was a part of, 343 pips during that time, okay? Now, I'm moving quickly, I know, because I got another presenter coming behind me. There's two ways to invest in the program. Option A, option B. Option A is for people like me that like discounts. You'd rather just pay for it all at once, take the next 60 days, evaluate us, and if we don't provide the return on investment, we will give you every penny back. If you want the discount, a 25% savings, then you put in an A next to your telephone number. Please do that for me right now. If you would like to talk to somebody about a payment plan, we're very flexible. We will work with you. We'll work within your budget. We want you on board over the next 60 days so you can see this movement. If you'd like to talk to an education specialist about a payment plan, you're an option B. So I need to know if you're an option A or an option B. Patam, I've got you for an A. Jesse, I need to know if you're an A or B. Julia, gang, this is the deal right here. You come on board today, I'm going to give you, for a bonus, all of our cryptocurrency lessons as well. We've taken all of our concepts, we've applied into the crypto markets. You're going to get that as well. And gang, if you do half as well as these people, you're going to be very, very pleased. Very, very pleased. So the last thing I'm going to say very quickly before we get another presenter coming up behind me, again, both option A and option B have an in-writing 60-day money-back guarantee. No funny business. If after 60 days you don't want to be a part of our group, no problem. But here's the deal. One last thing, if you see in the middle of the screen there, there's a 407-585-2417 number. 407-585-2417. I love giving people incentives, people that are go-getters. The first 5 of you that pick up that phone number, 407-585-2417, you call in, you get on the phone with an education specialist, you decide to sign up. If you sign up as an option A, I'm going to save you another $500, okay? That's another $500 to put into your trading account. You still get the 60-day guarantee, all the tools, all the indicators, everything. But I've only got 5 of those. So if you're going to call in, okay, this is only good for the next 30 minutes, type in calling into the chat box and call in for me right now. Type in calling in. I've only got 5 of those, and I'm going to have to wrap this up. Jason's calling in. Jackson's calling in. Fred's calling in. Anderson's calling in. Well, you can see those are going to go very, very quickly, gang. So again, hey, this was fun. I hope you guys had fun. I'm sorry I went so quickly. I normally take about 90 minutes. But again, in review, these are all the benefits. I've got you calling in, printing them. Awesome, my friend. Call in because those 5 will go very, very quickly. And again, 60-day in writing money back guarantee.